Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Vanity Project. I'm Tomás once again, and today I decided to do a little bit of a speculation slash wishlist style video about my favorite game, franchise of all time. Let's go! Let us just dive in. Let's just dive on in. Let's just jump into it. So today I kind of wanted to make this video kind of speculating about who we're going to get next in terms of the DLC roster. Or not necessarily who we're going to get next as like only one of the three people or three characters that I have in mind I think are actually likely to get in. The other two are just characters that either I think would make good additions and have precedent within Smash Bros. To potentially get in and would not be hard to make in the game, or a character that I just wanted in the game for so bloody long, and if they made it in, I would never want anyone from Sakurai ever again. I'd be content, I'd be happy, every character I could ever want would be in the game. I wouldn't need to ask for anything else. But I'm gonna kind of go through this list in order of what I think is gonna be most likely to least likely. So without further ado, let's get this list started. So first things first, we got Crash Bandicoot from obviously the Crash Bandicoot series of games. I think if they don't end up putting him in the game, I think it'd surprise me if they don't. Because the fact that they've added Banjo-Kazooie, who I was pretty certain would get in the game, and the fact that they now have Dragon Quest reps within the game, plus the previous set precedent of Joker, Cloud, and Snake, it just kind of seems like a no-brainer that Crash would be the next logical leap, especially after Banjo and having reps like Sonic and Mario in the game. In terms of his moveset, there are some characters I could already see they can incorporate moves from. They could take Mario's down air and incorporate that in some way. They could also use Meta Knight's neutral B and kind of reanimate it and retool it to function a little bit differently, so that way it's not just Max Tornado, it's just Crash spinning around, because I know that's kind of the base move that I know Crash Bandicoot for having. I've never been a big fan of the Crash Bandicoot games, but I also think that in terms of gaining icons alongside Mario and Sonic, they ought to at least consider putting him in the game. He might not get in the game, I don't know, could be wrong, but I feel like out of all three of the characters that I really have on this particular list, he'd be the most likely candidate to actually get in the game. So let's move on to the second character. Let's go. So next up is a character that I don't quite think will make it, simply due to the nature of their franchise of origin. While you have characters like Snake that come from much more mature and darker franchises, they have precedent set in the Nintendo universe in terms of, you know, he was originally from a Nintendo console. And then you have characters like Ken and Ryu. They kind of fit into the game simply because they're fighting reps from other fighting games. And this particular franchise of this character in particular would come from, I think, would only make sense to me to put them in Smash. However, I also am aware of the nature of their franchise of origin, so I'm also very much aware that the possibility of them actually getting in is low. But hear me out, alright, hear me out. Scorpion from... So the thing is, in terms of the moveset of Scorpion, it wouldn't be that hard to do. There's kind of precedent already set in the game. All you would have to do is reanimate it, change the hitboxes, and you'd be fine. But all you'd really have to do is combine Joker's up B without Arsene. You could use a great deal of Simon's whips for a lot of his base moveset. You could use Isabella's side B to kind of do a classic get over. I feel like there's precedent put in place in terms of the move sets that are already in the game, though it'd make adding Scorpion in particular not that difficult. I'm not saying he would be necessarily a clone character, because that'd almost be a waste of a slot, just making him an exact replica of someone else. But I do feel like him, out of any other characters that they could add into the game, would be the easiest to really create and get in based off the tools that they already have within the game. Now, like I said, unlikely to happen, but my thought process behind it is we already have Street Fighter reps, which is one of the biggest fighting game franchises of all time. So why not have reps from another one of the biggest fighting game franchises of all time? Because when you think of fighting games, at least whenever I would think of them, I would always think of Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Smash Bros. Those are the three that come to mind whenever I think of a fighting game. There are obviously a bunch of others. There's Tekken, obviously, which I really have enjoyed playing. There's things like, I believe, the Soul Calibur series. There are a bunch of different fighting games, but in terms of the most iconic that most people will recognize, it's Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Smash Bros. And having a rep from all of those games, the fact that we got Street Fighter characters in the game, it would just complete it, I think. I think it would make it all the more perfect, because I feel like a lot of the appeal of Smash Bros. Is the crossover potential, and the fact that you have all these characters from all these different franchises fighting it out. I remember how hyped people were when Sonic was announced for Smash, and people were like, oh, finally! We can get Sonic versus Mario! And now there's not really a whole lot of love for Sonic and Smash Brothers for pretty obvious reasons. I feel like even if like he didn't end up being a major tier character or anything like that, I'd still think it'd be very cool to have the option of having at least one Mortal Kombat character being able to go up against, you know, Ryu or Ken from Street Fighter. I think the crossover potential and the hype you would get for that would be absolutely unreal. But again, the big problem is Nintendo is a very family-friendly kind of company, and although they've had like mature games on their consoles before, they're not what Nintendo really aims to represent them. They're very family-oriented. So far, Crash Bandicoot from the Crash series and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, I think would make excellent additions. And I think those two, in terms of likelihood, are more likely than most others. Not necessarily Scorpion, because again, like I mentioned, the whole Nintendo being family-friendly kind of thing. But Crash is a very high possibility, in my opinion. And Spyro might be a close second, but I don't see it. However, I might eat my own words. I've been surprised before. I wasn't expecting a Dragon Quest rep, but like doing research, it kind of makes sense, because like Dragon Quest is absolutely huge in Japan, and so it only makes sense to add a rep from there into Smash Bros, honestly. So now for my final pick of this list, who I can almost guarantee won't end up in Smash, but I want so bad. I want him in the game anyway. So before I go into this, let me give you a bit of backstory. There are only 3 game franchises that I actively keep up with and that I actively enjoy playing, and I'm always excited for a new release for. Those franchises, in order of like both how good I am at them and how much I enjoy them, are Super Smash Bros, Metroid, and Halo. And for so bloody long now, there's been a big meme within the Smash Bros world, at the very least before Smash 4, which is mainly whenever I got into Smash during the Brawl days. The big meme was, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we got Cloud and Master Chief in Smash Bros?
Well, I don't know, Pichu. What do you say to that?
I like guns!
And I was just kind of like, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd love to have Master Chief in Smash. That'd be pretty funny. And it's like, oh, Cloud, you know, Final Fantasy, that'd be kind of neat. That's never gonna happen, though. Boy, was I wrong. See, the thing is, Sonic and Snake's inclusion in Brawl, although they had a very tight connection with Nintendo, kind of showed that we could get more characters from other franchises. And obviously, Ryu joining Smash was a massive deal. But the thing that really changed things are 2 characters in particular. The first being Cloud, which is a character that I never in a million years thought would ever get into Smash Bros. And Joker, which is a character who I didn't even think about. So now all bets are off. As far as I'm concerned, Sakurai, you've given me hope. Here's the thing. Alright? Nintendo's been doing talks with Microsoft. Now I know probably the only reason they were doing that is so that they could get Banjo into the game, who was an icon of the N64 era where Smash originated from. So that's probably the only reason they were talking to Microsoft. However, wouldn't it be so freaking cool if Master Chief got into Smash Bros? I don't even know what his moveset would be, alright? Maybe they would retool Snake's grenades or Mega Man's sticky explosives and retool that and kind of combine each property to kind of make plasma grenades a thing in Smash as like maybe Chief's side B or something. I don't know. The possibilities are endless. And if Master Chief got into Smash Bros, which I don't think is gonna happen, I almost can guarantee it's not gonna happen. I've mentioned 3 characters in this entire video. Only 2 of these even have a shot at making it into the game, because there are only 2 more DLC characters that are coming out. But still, how freaking cool would that be? And here's the thing, we've gotten plenty of PlayStation reps, I feel, as of this point, or at least in terms of third-party developers, we've gotten a lot of characters that are primarily in PlayStation-based games. And we're finally getting Banjo who's been owned by Microsoft for a long time since they bought Rare. But God, I don't know, man. I don't know. Master Chief in Smash would make me really happy. Master Chief getting in Smash would be it. That'd be the last character I could ever want in Smash Bros. And I wouldn't have to ask for anything else ever again. I wouldn't care what other DLC they put out. If Master Chief were in Smash, I'd be done. All 3 of my favorite game franchises in one place. And one of them is Smash, so can't really have a rep from Smash. Every Nintendo character in the game is a rep from Smash. But I'd have my Metroid boys, and I'd have my Halo boys in my favorite fighting game. The one game I'm actually good at. And here's the thing, I'm not even good at Halo. Like, I've proven time and time again to be terrible at FPSs. But I don't care, because I enjoy the lore of Halo, I enjoy playing through the campaigns of Halo. I just really like Halo. And even though the series has been in a bit of a bad spot, at least as of late, I'm still bloody excited for the new Halo game. It's not gonna happen. I'm putting my hopes up, but it's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen. Wouldn't it be cool if it did? Anyways, guys, that was the whole video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little speculation video. I enjoyed making it. And again, like, only 2 out of these 3 characters I mentioned even have a shot of getting in at all, because there are only 2 slots left in terms of the DLC characters that are being released. And there's no way that we're gonna somehow get an announcement that, like, oh, you know the 5 DLC characters that we said we were gonna put in and then no one else? We're actually putting 5 more. Like, there's no way that that's gonna happen. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't think I'm gonna be making too much more Smash Bros. Content after this. It's more Patrick's thing. But I don't know, this has been a video topic that I've wanted to discuss for a while, and I thought, why not? So, yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic day, keep being awesome, and I will see you guys in the next video. And then you have characters like Ken and Ryu, sorry. Wow! I'm gonna get flamed in the comments for mispronouncing Ryu's name. Oh my god. Please don't kill me. Please take it a little bit easy, alright? It was a slip of the tongue, I swear. I don't normally make that mistake. How embarrassing. Oh my god.